Hello, hello. We're live. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope everyone enjoyed the lovely tones of the back to the 80s synthwave mix there. For most of the 2019 election, that was my handle on Twitter, Synth Pirate. Went through a big synthwave phase, still going through it. Love it to bits. So thank you very much again for coming in. This is going to be pretty light and casual. It's not a particularly bad update or announcement or anything. This is this video. The purpose of this video is to give party some updates and announcements about upcoming things. So whether you're a member of the Pirate Party or a supporter or just interested in what we're about, then this is a great chance to have a bit of a informal chat and get to know what's happening for us in the next 6 to 12 months and what's been happening for us in the last 6 to 12 months. So please feel free to chuck your questions in chat, and let's make this a bit interactive. Let me know how you're going, how's your day. So I'll start off with the big stuff. So if you want to just tune in for that and then head off and get dinner or whatever, that's cool. The big announcement for tonight is that there is a federal election coming up, and there's been a lot of rumours going around that the Pirate Party is dead, defunct, deceased. These are not true. These are emphatically false. The Pirate Party is very much alive, very much going strong. So if you can, if you are still interested in supporting the party, then please keep this in mind. We will be seeking to contest the election. So let me know if there's any audio issues, and I'll see if I can fix them. But we will be seeking to contest this upcoming election. We'll be doing it with a more restricted focus this year. We'll be putting most of our funding into a smaller number of states, most likely New South Wales and probably Queensland as well, and we'll be working much more closely with other parties. So if you are interested in supporting the party, keep that in mind. We are looking for you. We're looking for candidates and volunteers in those two states, but really any state. If you are interested, we can get you involved in a local campaign over there. Then let us know. We'll be sending out a call for volunteers shortly for anyone who is interested in running as a candidate or volunteering on a Pirate Party political platform, as we have done for the last 10 years. We've been contesting elections for the duration of the lifetime of the party, and that intends to continue at the moment. And it's really thanks to the members that have come forward in the last probably 6 months or 12 months who've responded to this call for activity, and I've really picked up and are now jumping in to do so much more to keep the party alive, producing content and videos, working on policies, participating in activities and campaigns and events. We had a fantastic debate a month ago on cryptocurrency. It's something a lot of people in the party feel very passionate about, and so that was really exciting that so many people came forward to get involved in that. And we're hoping to keep that kind of content going forward in the future, and to keep advocating for pirate-friendly politics, common sense technology regulation, left libertarian politics, and generally a more transparent, evidence-based government. So So just to recap, we are going to be contesting this upcoming federal election. We are not deceased or dead. We are very much still active, and increasingly so over the last 6 months, that we are most likely going to be focusing on the biggest states, which is probably Queensland and New South Wales, maybe Victoria. But if you are in a state, in one of those other states really, or anywhere in Australia, to be honest, then we do want you to help volunteer for us, to help advocate for our platform, and to help campaign. So the way to do that is quite simple. You can just get in contact with anyone in the National Council to keep in touch. We're currently about to roll forward with the next stage of election planning, which is to do the party preference polling. So if you're a party member, we are a member-run party. If you're a party member, you'll get to vote in this to decide which other parties that we in the Pirates want to work with. So the way it works is, in previous years we've had a internal party referendum. You'll get a email to your member address containing a personalized link to our private, secure voting, self-hosted voting system, where you'll be able to choose order in the rank of preferences which parties you think we should work with in this upcoming election. So we're currently getting together a list of parties to contact who will be contesting the election, and independents as well. And if you have any suggestions, please let us know who you think we should be working with. And in the coming weeks or months, we'll be sending that out to all members to vote on. At the same time, we're also looking at working much more closely with other parties for this election. So with our more restricted focus, we're going to be open to considering new forms of campaigning, including joint campaigns, and working much more closely with other allied minor parties. So the other big thing coming up is National Congress, Pirate Party National Congress. It's the peak event of the year. It's where we vote on new policy motions. We appoint a new National Council coming up in the following 12 months, and we also make constitutional amendments and discuss major issues for the party, such as our strategy going forward, and so on and so forth. So the upcoming National Congress is very soon. I'm just pulling up the times now. We aim to start at 9 a.m, but it may get pushed back depending on final preparations for the weekend of the 31st and the 1st. So 31st of August and 1st of August, 31st of July. So that is next weekend. National Congress. For those of you who were planning on going, great, fantastic. We'll see you there. Those who weren't aware of National Congress or have not been before, since COVID, we've switched over to running them entirely online. We did it very, very smoothly and seamlessly, thanks to our history of digital campaigning in this area. We're probably one of the most online and technology-enabled parties in Australia to do so. I know that even other minor or left-wing parties with big focus on democracy, either internal or more generally, have struggled to run internal direct democracy the way we have. They've struggled to run remote participation and online conferencing the way we have, but it's been a fantastic success for last year's National Congress, which was the inaugural one, and so we're continuing with it again this year to allow much greater depth of participation for all our members and supporters, as that'll be as we believe in transparency for those in power, which includes the National Council, but also the decision-making power of the National Congress. That'll be live streamed for everyone to watch and participate in, and we highly encourage active participation as well. So commenting, having your say in deciding the future of the Pirate Party. So the way Congress works is it'll essentially be a big old online teleconference. We'll jump in, we'll be able to share video or audio or text, whatever combination you're comfortable with. The National Council is encouraged to use video and audio. We pretty much always do, so you can get to know us a bit better. You'll be hearing the outgoing speeches from the officers on the council about what's been happening in the last 12 months, which is a whole lot of online stuff thanks to COVID. And then we'll also have some exciting guest speakers over the weekend who will be announced in the coming days, or on the day. More likely keep it a bit of a secret. So those guest speakers, we usually try to get one or two every year on some kind of topic relevant to the Pirate Party and our policies, and spark a bit of interest in policies. So if you know the drill, if you're considering getting more active in the Pirate Party, if you're considering running for candidate in the election with us, or more generally, if you're considering supporting us and volunteering during the election, please also consider running for national council at the Congress. The NC is the governing body of Pirate Party Australia. We essentially make all the decisions. It's entirely open and democratic. Anyone can turn up to our meetings. We encourage members to come along and have their say and participate. And we vote on all things as a matter of principle. The most recent meeting last Thursday was pretty interesting. We had about a 20-minute debate about holding a vote as to whether, I don't know, there's like 3 or 4 layers of abstraction about about the properly democratic and transparent way to go about something, and trying some new things. And sometimes, it does get pretty in depth like that, but that's the way it is. We're really on the cutting edge here in terms of merging direct democracy and technology. We've done a huge amount of innovation in this space, and sometimes when you only have your principles to guide you, it can get difficult, it can get murky, it can get complex. But we have a 10-year history in the Pirate Party in that area, and I'm very excited to keep it going. So please consider running for National Council at this coming Congress if you're interested in taking the next step to support the party. And that's really the biggest step you can take to get involved, as it is the governing body of the party. We historically always have a couple of 1 or 2 junior positions open at least. So if you are joining as a first time, then there won't be any formal responsibilities, but we ask that you turn up to meetings and have a say and get an idea of how the party runs internally, as part of the National Council essentially oversees pretty much everything going on in the party. We have a bit of a hand in a whole lot of different areas. So it's really exciting, and you get a really broad perspective on different elements of how political parties run. And if you don't want to run for council, that's fine. You can still watch Congress. It'll be live streamed to our YouTube, and you can watch it live and drop in comments and chat in the text. And if you're unable to attend live, it will also be recorded, so then you can rewatch it later. And all of our statements and participation is also publicly available for transparency's sake. So very excited about Congress, the major event of the year, and really something we always look forward to, as it is where we really decide the future of the party. Now, recently we have been involved in a few big policy things as well, and so the biggest campaign, which is really still ongoing, is the Right to Repair inquiry, which started at the end of last year. We made an official submission, which you can actually find online. So I'll submission number 74. I'll put a link to the PDF in chat for anyone who is interested. In the text of the submission. So that's the I co-wrote that along with John August, our Deputy President, who has spoken a number of times on copyright and IP issues, as well as the Right to Repair 2 down in Sydney. So the inquiry is ongoing. We're also going for a swarm-wise approach, trying to get as many submissions to this inquiry as possible from all over the tech-related community. When I say us, I mean us broadly. The tech community is pushing very strongly for the right to repair, and a lot of other bodies and parties as well. Dr. Matthew Rimmer has been doing a lot of coordinating stuff on via Twitter and elsewhere to try and push as many interested groups as possible in order to tell the government that we need a right to repair, that it makes sense economically, that it makes sense pragmatically and in principle politically, that that having an open culture around technology, an open legal culture, one of permissiveness, which says that if you own something, if you buy something, then you gain the right to do what that thing is that you like. What not having a right to repair means is that when you buy something, if it breaks, you have to pay to fix it, sometimes quite a lot of money. Or you have to throw it away, basically. But a right to repair means that you'll be able to seek third-party repairs or repair something yourself when it breaks much more cheaply. It's also much better for the economy as it supports competition in the market. So there's really no loss there. You have all kinds of community, cultural, and educational benefits from having a right to repair, as well as encourages more awareness of how your devices operate. It encourages more knowledge as well on a personal level about how your device and your technology operates, which really there's no downsides there. I've been a member of the Hackerspace Brisbane for years, a community makerspace up here in Hamilton, and the whole ethos there is to make cool things. And we can't make cool things if it's all locked down by DRM, hardware lockouts, and proprietary technology, which say that no, even though you paid for this device, you still can't do what you like with it. We're still going to tell you what to do with it. And basically this is one of the core issues of the Pirate Party, to say that no, if we own something, then we should have a right to open it up, have a look at what makes it tick, and then put it back together again. So a lot of excitement there, and we're really hoping the government will actually listen this time, but we don't expect to, as this is probably I think this is like the second or third time. It's definitely the second inquiry, a recommendation from the Australian Productivity Commission to government in the last few decades to say yes, there is absolutely no reason why we shouldn't have a right to repair. The last one was ignored. It's just like the history of copyright in Australia in general. There have been multiple inquiries and interest groups recommending to the government over decades, since the 90s, saying that a fair use provisions in copyright, so many things going for them, so many reasons why we need them, but it's been ignored time and again by multiple successive governments, Liberal and Labor, the revolving door of the essentially corporate cronyhood, as Labor Party has been just as bad as the Liberals in pushing for stricter copyright laws. They're just buying the business as usual line from massive mega corporations that no, we need to lock down all our IP, we need to squeeze every last drop out of it, at the expense of the community and cultural good. So please feel free to have a look at that PDF and get involved with the discussions, the policy discussions on our Discord as well. I'm just going to get a link to put in chat. Discord is where most of the action happens these days. So if you are wondering what's going on, where people are talking, head over there to join us and check it out. Check out the conversations, get involved. So thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I think we'll probably bring the stream to a close shortly. It's been a nice quick one, about 20 minutes, and I hope that that's sort of covered everyone's questions and given everyone a good update about where we're going. This stream is going to be recorded and uploaded back to YouTube as well for rewatching. This is all all these announcements is stuff that the party is doing, so we're sending member mail outs with updates as well. We're posting on the forums on the front page of the website, so please keep in touch, let us know how you're going, join a conversation and contribute to the party today. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you guys at National Congress next weekend.